Standard 8, chapter number 7 in maths, cubes and cube roots. We discussed in the previous videos that when a number is multiplied by itself 3 times, then we get the cube of that number, and that product is known as perfect cube. For example, 3 cube is 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, 27, so 27 is the perfect cube, and so on. And by finding the prime factorization of the numbers, we can decide whether the given number is perfect cube or not. If all the prime factors occurs 3 times, then that number is a perfect cube. And if all the prime factors comes only, means not in the pairs of 3, group of 3, then it is not perfect cube. So now we can make that number perfect cube. I mean, not that number, but by multiplying or dividing that number by the smallest number such that the product or the quotient can be perfect cube. It means either we have to multiply that number with the smallest number, or we have to divide that number so that we can get a new number which is perfect cube. So here we are going to understand 2 examples. In one of that, how we get perfect cube by multiplying the number, and in the other one we will see that how we get a perfect cube by dividing the number. So what is to remember is very simple, that you have to first factorize, prime factorization, and then make the group of 3 same prime factors. So let's understand with these examples. First example is that, is 392 a perfect cube? If not, then find the smallest natural number by which 392 must be multiplied so that the product is a perfect cube. So let's first find out the prime factors of 392 by division method. We know that 392 is an even number, so divide by 2 we get 196. Also an even number, so by dividing it by 2 we get 98. 98 is still an even number, divide by 2 we get 49. Now 49 is not divisible by 3 or 5. We know that 7 sevens are 49. So 7 sevens are and 7 ones are 7. So now if you write down them, you can see that 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 comes 3 times, but 7 does not come 3 times. So here the prime factor 7 does not appear in a group of 3. It means that the number 392 is not perfect cube. Why it is not perfect cube? Because one of the prime factors 7, 2 is in the group of 3, but 7 does not occur in group of 3. And therefore, we can say that 392 is not perfect cube. So now, what must we do? With which number must be multiplied so that the product will be a perfect cube? So here you can see that there are 2 times 7. It means that if there was one more 7 in the prime factorization, then both the factors 2 and 7 will be in the group of 3. It means that we have to multiply this 392 by 7. Look here. So 392 multiplied by 7. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 7 into 7 into 7. So 2, the answer is 2744, which is a perfect cube. It means that we have to multiply the smallest number, that is 7. So now 392 must be multiplied by the smallest natural number 7, so that the product will be perfect cube, and that is the number 2744. Now we will understand other one in which we have to divide the number by a smallest natural number such that the quotient will be the perfect cube. So that is the example. Is 1188 a perfect cube? If not, by which smallest natural number should it be divided to get a perfect cube? It means that when we divide it, the quotient will be the perfect cube. So here also first we have to find the prime factorization of 1188. So look here, 1188 is an even number. So dividing by 2 we get 594. Now 594 is again an even number. So we have to divide by 2. So by dividing it by 2 we get 297. Now 297 is an odd number. So let's check the divisibility by 3. Sum of them, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 7, 18. And 18 is a multiple of 3. 3, 6 is 18. It means that this is also divisible by 3. So we get 99. 99 divided by 3 is 33. 33 is 11, 3 are 33. And 11 is a prime number. So 11 ones are 11. So the prime factorization is 2 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 11. So here only the prime factor 3 occurs in a group of 3. But 2 and 11 are not in the group of 3. So we have to remove them. It means that we have to divide this 1188 by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 11. So 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 11 is 44. It means that 1188 must be divided by 44 so that the quotient will be the perfect cube. So here 1188 divided by 44 we get 27, which is 3 cube. So by this method we can either by multiplying or by dividing it with the smallest natural number we can get a perfect cube number. Now if you see these numbers, 1000, 27,000, 8,000, 125,000, 36,000, and those numbers. All of these are perfect cube numbers. So if you notice them, then you will be able to understand that if it is a perfect square, then the number of 0 at the end will be either the 3 or the multiple of 3. It means it must have either 3 zeros, or 3 twos are 6 zeros, or 3 threes are 9 zeros, etc. So if it have like 4 zeros or 2 zeros or 7 zeros at the end, then that number is not perfect cube. We know that 27 is perfect cube. But if we have 4 zeros here, 2,70,000, then it is not perfect cube. 27 is perfect cube. but there are 4 zeros, so it is not perfect cube. But here there are 3 zeros, so it is perfect cube. If it has 6 zeros, then also it is perfect cube. So that is the very simple way we can, by observing also we can say that either it is a perfect cube or not. So check the number of zeros, multiple of 3 or not multiple of 3. If the number of zeros is multiple of 3, then it can be perfect cube. Not always, but it can be. That is the thing we have to remember. Now we are going to start exercise 7.1. Question number 1. Which of the following numbers are not perfect cubes? Are not perfect cubes. Now we know that to check whether it is perfect cube or not, we have to find the prime factors, prime factorization. So let's check the number 1. That is the 216. So let's find out the prime factors of 216. 2 ones are 2, 0, 2 eights are 54s are 27s are 3 nines are 3 threes are and 3 ones are. So here 216 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. So both are in the group of 3. So here all prime factors occur 3 times. So it is perfect cube. So when all the prime factors occurs 3 times, then it is a perfect cube. Let's check the third number. Or let's take the second one, 128. So let's find out the prime factorization. 2 6 are 12, 2 4s are 8, 32 2s are 64, 16 2s are 32, 8 2s are 16, 4 2s are 2 2s are 4 and 2 1s are 1. So 128 is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 times 2. So we can make the group of 3, but only 1 times 2 is not. So here, so we can write down here 2 cube into 2 cube into 2. So here, the last factor 2 does not occur in group of 3. Therefore 128 is not perfect cube. Let's take a big number, fifth one, last. 4 6 6 5 6. So let's make prime factors. 4 6 6 5 6. 2 2s are 2 3s are 2 3s are 2 2 4s are 2 2s are 4 and 1 is 2 8s are. Again 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12, 2 6s are 12 and 2 4s are 8. 2 5s are 10, 2 8s are 16, 2 3s are, 2 2s are, 2 2s are 4, remaining 1, 2 9s are 18, 2 1s are and 2 6s are 12. 2 1s are, 2 4s are 8, 2 5s are 10, 2 8s are 16. 2 7s are 14, 2 2s are 4, 2 9s are. So now it is not divisible by 2, so let's check by 3. 7 plus 2 9, 9 plus 9 is 18, so it is divisible by 3. 3 2s are 6, 3 4s are 12, 3 3s are 9. Now 243. 12 divisible by 3, 3 8s are 24, 3 1s are 27, 3s are, 3 9s are, 3 3s are and 3 1s are. So here 4 6 6 5 6. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. Again 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. Multiply by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. And again also 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. So you can see that all the prime factors are in the group of 3. All prime factors occurs in group of 3. Therefore 4 6 6 5 6 is a perfect. So just we have to be careful to find the prime factors, and then if they comes in the group of 3, it is perfect cube. If does not come, it is not perfect cube. Here we are going to finish today's session, which will be followed by the PDF file. And if any problem, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.